Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I feel like it's been so long since we recorded an episode because, we haven't recorded in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute actually because we did our guest episode that came out last week. And,
Hope you guys liked.
We already recorded that pre-events, obviously. So, just chilling.
Yeah, it does feel a while. And we're coming to you today hot with a new topic. It's not new. It's been thought of for about like a month now.
Like we've had it in the backlog to talk about, but we just haven't we haven't sat down to talk about it. So we said we'd do it now.
Yeah. You know what? Today is the day. And I think what kind of inspired this topic is the whole de-influencing trend on TikTok. I don't know if you've come across it or it's just like more a female target.
I haven't seen anything.
Do you know what it is?
The whole, is it core or whatever the hell? Core. Isn't that?
No. De-influencing.
No, that was,
oh my God.
So give us a rundown for me and people at home.
So de-influencing is basically a bunch of people coming on TikTok and saying why you don't need to buy these certain products that are currently trending on TikTok. So if it's like a certain skincare product and they're coming on to say, I'm about to de-influence you as to why you don't need X, Y, Z. So, I think it's a good trend in terms of like stopping people from overconsumption and just kind of highlighting that you don't just need everything that you see online, right?
Why is it called de-influencing though? Because isn't it influence you to not buy a product? So it's still influencing.
Yes, but you're not spending your money, so it's like...
No, but it's influencing you to not go for a specific thing. Do you get
yes,
me?
No, I get it, but I understand what they mean because an influencer is there to influence you to buy something, but this is de-influencing.
But influencing is just to influence you anyway, regardless.
No.
It's not just buying something.
Anyways,
yeah.
I understand what they.
I'm just nitpicking
mean,
the naming.
It's a good trend, and I've come across it a lot. So that's what kind of inspired this, and we're gonna kind of talk a little bit about a world of excess that we're currently in. What's your stance?
Give me more context. What do you mean by world of excess?
Like based off what I just told you about like the de-influencing, do you think it's a good trend? Do you think we're over-consuming as people?
Yeah, I think people buy way too much shit. I think people buy what's that quote? People buy things they don't need to impress people they don't give a shit about them or care about.
Like that.
So like I think that's just a standard everyone's doing right now. Like people are just trying to make themselves look good in front of other people, and so they just buy things just because it's trendy. Some people buy things because they like it, but a lot of people buy things because like they want to look good or whatever, impress people, so on and so forth, and so like there's that whole thing, and like you end up buying more than you need or buying very expensive things that really you don't really need or care about. It's just because of status symbol.
Yeah.
So I think it's
especially if you're like, but then like, would you say it is only if you're putting it online or it just you're
no like if someone buys like quote unquote, let's take something that's popular, especially with women, like take like a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that. Okay. That Louis Vuitton tote bag that everyone sees. Everyone buys that because they're like, oh my God, I have the money to afford a Louis Vuitton tote bag. It's not necessarily that everyone likes it. It's just like, oh, it's a status thing, to be like, I have money, So it's one of those things. It's like just pure status. Like it's not really needed. It's whatever. You're just doing it just to show the people that you have a certain level of wealth that you necessarily might not even have.
So is that your take on like why you think people buy stuff?
Obviously lots of like, there's also like obviously addiction, so on and so forth, like and then obviously like as you said, influencing people being weak and like getting influenced into buying things that they don't need, or advertisements being nice and shiny and people being like, oh my God, let me go get this thing. So like there's obviously a lot of that. They're like, it's a lot of like, most people are buying things because they don't really give a shit. Like they don't need is what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's like, some people are saying, it's like a reward, like the kind of like hit of dopamine when you're going to online shopping and then you're putting it all in your cart and you're all excited and then you get the item and you're just like, you're not even that excited.
Yeah, and then that comes back to the whole like whole addiction thing, where it's kind of like, you know, and the and targeted ads, which are like making you want to get that thing. They know how to wire how your brain is wired, how to make it look, ooh, shiny object, I want shiny object, get the next shiny object, so on and so forth. So like that's a very big problem that we're facing right now, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of crazy. Like, because like if you think about it, every single person is always getting like bombarded every single day with every single thing with ads, like ads everywhere. There's nowhere you don't see ads, and they're all trying to grab your attention so you can spend money on them.
Do you think it's like over consuming can be like a coping skill? Like, say if when you were younger you couldn't afford to buy XYZ, and now that you're older you're trying to compensate for that.
Absolutely, there's definitely people who do that. I think once again, it's a complete spectrum. Everyone has their own reasons for overconsumption and excess. Like, I think everyone falls in different lines. Like, there's not one brush that paint all kind of thing. It's kind of like everyone has different strokes, and it's one of those things where it's like some people are doing it for that, some people are doing it for other reasons, some people are like weak-willed, XYZ. Like, there's so much there.
Are you an overconsumer?
Absolutely not. I hate buying things I don't need.
I mean, yeah, you like clothes and stuff.
But I don't buy clothes. That's the thing.
You do.
Like, when was the last time I bought clothes?
No, now and again you do.
I really don't. Like,
but like you cherish your clothes to the point that you don't wear them.
Like, I like clothes, don't get me wrong, and I enjoy clothes, but I do not have anywhere near as much clothes as I would if I got everything I actually wanted. Because I always go, do I really need this right now? Or do I want to spend the money on it right now? And the answer is usually always no. Like, I always say no, and so I never buy things.
Right.
Like, I literally, like, it's a great example. This month, I literally had to set a budget aside this month in my planning to buy clothes. And still, I haven't bought those clothes yet. And I still, in my brain, haven't been able to justify buying those clothes yet. So I think that money's just going to end up going back to saving.
Okay. So then, like, on to, like, would you wear the same fit twice on a night out? Like, if
I have no problem with
if it's a big event.
Like, yeah, like, I think, like, those things is, like, I kind of like doing, like, not wearing the same thing. Because, like, if, like, take, for example, anytime we go to LTP, I don't like wearing the same thing. Because it's, like, the only time because I deeped it that it's the only time I actually wear my clothes nicely, you know? But, like, I think there's no problem with that. I think there's absolutely, you should have no problem wearing the same clothes twice. There's so many times, like, Gabe keeps literally giving me shit because there's this black Adidas ACG tee that I always wear out, and then every time he comes over and like we're gonna go out, he's like, "Oh, are you gonna wear the ACG again?" And, you know, and like because I have no problem wearing it, like, you know, I have no problem wearing something over and over. Like, I literally wear things. Like, I'm the type of person, I will literally run it down. Like, I will literally run whatever I wear down, and I have no problem wearing something over and over again. And I think that, like, no one should ever feel like, oh, I can't wear it twice because, oh my God, people are whatever, like, you know.
Do you know, I think this conversation would be a lot different if there was, like, you know, another female on the podcast, because I think we all kind of went through it, like, well, I did anyway. I think a lot of women are still in that boat. Like, I have a friend who's always buying new clothes for every event and everything, and I'm like, you don't even know what clothes you have anymore, you know? Like, I was definitely...
You were like that.
Yeah, I was like that, and I'm trying to remember, because there was definitely, like, a stage where I was, like, had to have a new outfit for...
Every single time we went out,
going out in like Tralee or Cork, out of all places.
Literally, every time we wanted to go out every week in Cork, like especially the Thursday night, Nicoletta would on the weekend go to, is it Rebel or Rogue? What was the name of the store in Tralee? I think it was Rogue or Rebel, something like that.
Oh, no, it was neither. I think it was Mirage.
Oh, Mirage, sorry. Yeah. She'd go to Mirage and Tralee. I don't even think that's there anymore. No, and she'd always get a new dress. Always there. Every weekend, deep.
And if I was in Cork, like, I would go to, like, H&M and, you know, the kind of, like, fast fashion places. Because I just... yeah, I'd always want to have a new outfit. Or, like, I also bought a lot of heels that, like, I wore once.
Yeah,
it was so stupid. Like, but I don't really... Okay, so I'm trying to think, like, oh, why did I feel like doing that? Firstly, it was definitely because when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of things, right? Yeah. So then, because I started working and I had my own money, I was like, oh, I can just buy this and that. Like, I'm still not good with money. But, you know, back then it was just like, oh, I can buy, like, cute little things for myself. But then a lot of my other friends were doing the same thing, so it wasn't like that alien of a concept to not be buying new fits,
stuff. Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And then it kind of
feeds into a vicious circle.
Exactly. But yeah, and then like, you know, in college as well, like so many students are just like always like buying new things. And mind you, like these are students who, you know, don't even have the money necessarily to do that. So why are you doing that?
It's like waste of money.
Why are you doing that? Alcohol is expensive enough if you're buying it. But yeah, I think that was the reason I kind of fell into that. And then, you know, I started having big girl responsibilities like paying rent.
Imagine paying rent.
And things changed, you know. But then I think I became a little bit more like, why am I even doing it? Because I wasn't using the clothes and it was just so wasteful.
Yeah.
So now I think I'm a lot more like, if I'm going to buy a product or like a piece of clothing, it's because I like it. And, you know, I want to wear this. Like, I really like this. So, yeah, I think that's kind of like what happened with me. It's like a coping skill, but also you're like buying and whatever. Would I wear the same fit twice a night out? Yes.
I've seen you do it.
Yes. Yeah. I have literally worn the exact same outfit, like from head to toe, and hairstyle the exact same in the same club, like several weeks.
Could not give a fuck.
No.
I don't see why people give a shit.
No.
Honestly, like as I said, like maybe if it's like one of those special events, like, and it's like, oh, it's the one time you do it, okay, it makes sense. Like it's not like every single time I go to this event or go to whatever, and it's like, okay, like maybe, and you're doing it for yourself, like, and once again, and when they say the same fit, you can just use the clothes you already have.
Switch it up a little bit if you want. Like, change the top, change the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. It's not one of those things where you're buying a whole new outfit for the whole thing, you know? Like, take, for example, in the last LTP, I wore this really nice, like, cream up thing, coat and, like, pants that I wore to the Burna Boy concert.
For my birthday.
You know? So I wore the same feet twice. It's just I didn't wear it to the same place twice.
Same people though.
Same people? Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit.
But like, well, I don't know. Like, I get it. You know, if you're trying to take cute pictures for like Instagram, and then you don't want to be wearing the same stuff. But at the end of the day, like, who cares?
It don't matter. It
really doesn't. And I think people have a lot more clothes than they realize. So you can go back there.
You can cycle through. You don't cycle through the top, cycle through the pants, you know, cycle through the shoes.
And then I think I've heard the like sentence of like, oh, but I need to buy more because like the items break faster or something. Like, you know, if you're buying it from Pennies and the like, if you wash it and rewear it, it's gonna destroy faster. And me personally, I haven't had that issue, so I don't really know what people are doing with their clothes that they're not lasting.
To be honest, I have tops from Pennies that are like years old, and I still wear them to this day. So I don't know, like it depends how you're using it. Like, I don't know, are you like fighting with your clothes every time you go out? Are you chewing it or something? Like, what are you doing?
How is it falling apart? I literally had someone tell me.
Like, I have had stuff fall apart, but it does not happen that often.
No, it's generally an item of clothing that you can tell it's going to fall apart. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly, from the get-go, you know? Yeah, no, honestly, like, I don't know, when it comes to fashion, I think you can buy whatever. Like, some things will last longer than others, some things won't. And it's one of those things where it's kind of like some things are better quality and you pay a higher premium. And there's some things that are better quality and you're just, like, paying a higher premium because of the name that comes around it with it, you know?
Yeah, no, and that's true, because I feel like I've shopped from more like high-end stuff, and it's like, well, the quality isn't like all of that. And then I was seeing recently of like TikToks of like people being like, oh, send a DHgate link, to whatever.
Yeah, but some of the DHgate stuff that I've seen is actually trash. Like, what do you call it? Like, you have to get the like really like you have to search on the website to get the like the good ones. Like, I know people who do that. Like, once again, I don't give a shit if you wear fakes. It don't really matter to me. You know, like, my thing is, if you're gonna wear a fake, just say it's a fake and don't claim it's real. The same way as like, if you're gonna be like on steroids, just don't claim natty and just say you're on steroids. Like, it's not that deep. Like, no one should give a fuck.
People would never know if it's a fake, like if it just looks identical.
If it's like a perfect fake, but still say it's a fake, because then people be like, damn,
but
let me get my hands on that fucking fake ass shit too.
By that stage, I'd just be like, no, like, it's real.
No, I couldn't. It's just a
If
matter of
it's so
principle.
good, it's real. But
No.
like, what is your thought on DHgH? Do you think like it's a good website for people?
I've never actually used website,
Yeah.
like, so but anything that, let's just talk in general of anything that lets you buy fakes and good fakes, I think that's perfectly fine, because I don't think, if you can't afford something, like some people are like, or if you can afford it, don't buy it, right? But like sometimes you like the design of something,
Yeah.
and you're like, I can't afford the real thing. If I can find a good fake of it and it does well, what's stopping me from buying that? Like, let them buy it. Like, they want to wear it. Like I said, the only issue is like if you're going around flaunting, being like, oh, I have money, I have this, it's gonna come and bite you in the ass because you don't got that money that you're trying to flaunt that you have. And then boom, but you're better off just being like, hey, yeah, I got it, was fake, but I like the design of it. I got a really good fake. I can't afford the full thing, and this is good. Like, like no one should ever clown you because you don't want to spend an outrageous amount of money. And let's be honest, like when you buy those things for those prices, you're not getting, like, yeah, you're getting the quality, but at the same time, you're paying for the brand. You're not paying for anything. Like, there's
That's
such
the thing.
a
Yeah.
massive like disparity between the amount you're paying for quality and the amount you're paying for the brand, and it's not like a investment piece. Like, take for example, like if you're buying like a very high-end watch, like a Patek Philippe, or an AP or something, like a Rolex or something like that, like buying the real one of that makes sense because it's like an investment piece, something that's going to gain value, and buying the full thing makes sense. Yes, there's a big inflation with the brand, but the thing is, it's going to increase in value. Whereas if you buy a pair of like Christian Dior's, like, that's not increasing in value, it's just devaluing. Unless you buy like as exclusive pair, like say the Dior Jordans, right? You keep those in the box, you can sell those for more than you bought it, right? You're just a dirty scalper then, though. But like if you're just doing that, you're holding value and you sell it later on, okay, cool. But all those things, like there are levels to this. There are things you can just buy and you just wear, so it doesn't matter if it's a fake. There are things you buy and you don't wear, and you just keep or whatever. There are levels to this shit, so just be smart about it and don't be shitty.
I wanted to talk about that because a lot of people like kind of shit on people who don't buy the real thing, because it's like, oh, if you can't afford it, then like you shouldn't buy it, whatever. But it's like,
it's just classism. Like, you're just trying to protrude.
Like, I don't know if you've seen that guy on TikTok who disassembles leather bags and tells you how much actual leather is in there and if it's actually worth the price, and he tells you how much this should cost to make. And it's really a really interesting thing, because I guess I never realized that how much you're paying for the actual brand, and how much is actually like not worth the price. It's almost like engagement rings and the like whole wedding industry as a whole,
diamond industry,
wedding as well, because you're paying more just because the wedding flower,
obviously, like, all those things, like premiums are set because people feed into them. Like, premiums wouldn't exist if it wasn't for people feeding into them, and then that leads to the whole world of excess, where it's like everyone puts fucking Louis Vuitton on and fucking Yves Saint Laurent, all these things like at a high pedestal, so they can charge so much more, even though they might be doing the same quality as some other brand, whatever, which is way less. But no one gives a shit about that, because it all comes back to classism and status symbol, where everyone wants to look better, do this, do that, right? Like, it's all just such dumb game like that you're playing. That's why I'm like, if you're gonna wear a fake, wear a good fake, at least enjoy yourself, and then say it's a fake. If you're gonna wear the real thing and you want it, go on, feel free to like, once again, I'm not saying don't flex. If you want to flex, go flex. I don't give a shit. But just know that some people don't give a fuck, some people give a fuck, like, once again, like, just because you're wearing this doesn't make you any better than anyone else, and that's the end of the story. And just because you're wearing something doesn't make you any worse than anyone else. And I think as long as you keep that in mind, it really doesn't matter.
But then, like, to add to that, right, to the point of like overconsumption and stuff, I saw recently that there was like mountains and mountains of like unusable clothing in Kenya that's being brought in from like the UK and Germany, just being dumped in there, and it's a lot of different brands. It's not like you could just say, oh, it's a Shein or whatever, but it's like, who is to blame for this?
Humans. Fast fashion.
No, but like, I'm saying, like, as in like the companies or the people buying it?
Both. As in, like, supply doesn't exist without demand, right? And the demand there, like, once again, has to be met with some kind of supply. So it's a two-way street, as in, like, people want it, they want all these things quick and fast, yet they'll like buy it, maybe wear it once, throw it away. buy whatever, like buy something in rips or whatever, all these things. And then obviously the industry is also wanting you to buy as much as possible, wanting you to pay as much as possible, so you can just keep doing, like, take the Shein. Like Shein is Shein is such a bad thing if you think about it holistically, like, because it is just, everyone has access to all these things for super cheap, so they just buy a fuck ton of things that they just don't need and then they're throwing away, you know. And obviously that's not great for the environment, that there's so much negative, but like there's only so much, honestly, you can do. Like, I think the only way to really go out is like the companies themselves have to work to kind of offset the amount of, you know, environmental damage they're doing themselves, like find more sustainable ways to like get rid of all these clothes, find more sustainable products when you're making clothes. But obviously these things then increase the price tag, and they don't want that, because then that removes the point of you going on Shein to buy a top for €2 instead of going to H&M and buying it for 20, even though that also is a fucking fast fashion, you know. And it's just a cycle consistently. So like,
but I don't really get that, because like it costs more, but the ones keeping the profits are the companies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So it's not like the profits are going to the workers who are compensated for working so hard to make your
child
clothing.
laborers.
You know, the children making your clothes. Like, that's not where the profit goes.
Yeah, no, like it's like everything in the world is just humans trying to feed their own pockets and make more money and just be greedy, and it is what it is.
How can you? I guess it's like, how can we blame then Shein for just taking less of a profit?
They don't. They take as much profit as they can as well.
Right,
though.
but like H&M River Island's taking more of a profit.
Well,
it's the same thing.
Like, once again, like we don't know the margins. Like in the end of the day, the margins is just percentage. It could be end up with the same percentage after so much stuff. You know, like you have to remember H&M. All those things have an extra overhead cost by having, you know, like stores and tangible things. Shein is just like you online, straight from the factory into your house,
which huge cost,
massive overhead cost is cut off there. True. You know, so like, you know, that's what it can obviously make it cheaper. Yeah. But so like the margins are what mattered, like the margins they're making. But at the end of the day, all this shit could be offset if they tried, but they don't want to. And humans don't, and the people who are buying it, they don't care. Yeah. Like, everyone says they care, but they don't really care. Like, you can care as much as you want, but like actions speak louder than words. You know, like as much as I'm like, oh, that's bad from the environment, it still doesn't stop me. Like, personally, I don't really shop at any fast fashion place. I can't think of any unless Zara is a fast fashion. I don't know if it is. Like, I don't, like, in comparison to the rest, like fast fashion, I guess Zara is the only fast fashion place I shop at. I don't really.
It's because they have the best pieces for males, right? But if it was H&M or River Island, then you'd be buying there.
I don't really like those though.
But if they had the pieces that you like,
not even pieces wise, I always feel like the quality shit, you know. So like, I guess for me, because I give a shit about the quality of the clothes, like I tend to shop less, quote unquote, at fast fashion places. But at the same time, I'm not saying I'm any holier than thou. Like, it's, as you said, like if they really had better quality stuff and like was stuff I liked, I probably shop there too. And it's not like I'm making a conscious effort, you know, or something like that. Yeah. So and the reason I say that is because like I know that there's only so much I can do anyway, or like and that like I can't be saying, oh, everyone should be doing this if I'm not doing it myself, you know, like one of those things. But I do believe that we should be better, and I think it is a lot easier for the corporations themselves to take accountability and try to do their best. And like some companies do that. They try to offset their environmental damage.
I'm very blame on the consumer, not blame the company, because like you said, supply wouldn't exist without demand, right? If humans were just not the way that they are and like just like want so many different things,
absolutely,
right, they wouldn't exist. Why do they exist? Because of people, consumers, right? And I think like we've seen, you know, I don't remember the Shein days. It was like Shein haul, you know, and like thousands
Primark haul,
hundreds and thousands of packages and stuff. And like the problem is that the items are not reused, right? If all you can afford is Shein, or if you like Zara clothes because they're good quality, you're buying them because it's an item that you want to reuse, right? You like it and you want to keep it. Because I'm not gonna pretend that I'm holier than thou either, right? I like to shop from Shein. I like their swimsuits. I think they're more affordable, but I'm gonna wear them, right? And there's so many clothes that I have from Shein that I've worn and worn and worn, and none of them have like ripped on me yet or anything. So I can't give they're just crap quality, so I need to buy more. No, they're not bad quality.
You know what? Actually, I was just thinking right there. I think what I said, maybe I am actually better than y'all, because I just realized that I don't even shop that much and I reuse my clothes a lot. So it's not my fault that it's fast fashion, because I'm reusing my shit. Why aren't you? Is a better question.
Yeah, put the blame on
I blame you guys.
On the viewers.
If you all shop the way I did, we wouldn't have as much supply.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's like, oh, like accessories, and so much stuff that's just, it's not needed. Like at the end of the day, what's really making you truly happy? You know, maybe you need to heal your inner self.
You know?
Before doing that, because do you know what? I read somewhere that there's like what do they call it, 52 micro seasons in a year. So there's like a whole new like collection every single week, instead of like, you know, the spring, autumn, blah blah. Well, a lot more. And it's true, because you log on Shein like this week, and next week you're seeing new stuff.
Interesting.
And new stuff.
You know, because I'm trying to think. I really do not buy clothes. Like, you know, the entire time we talk about this, I'm like, man, I really don't. I know it's funny because, like, I think I've just always been like this since I was young. Like, my parents didn't really buy me clothes much, so I never really bought clothes, you know? Like, the most I ever had was there was this period between, like, me getting money, like, working at the start of my job, and then me, like, about maybe like a year and a half, where I bought the most amount of clothes, I would say. But I didn't even buy it. When I really deep it, I didn't even really buy that. Like, the amount of clothes I bought is like nothing comparison to what the normal person buys. Yeah. And like those are, and especially since they were all expensive pieces that I just liked, you know? So I was like, I don't really drop money on anything. So I was like, all right, let me drop money on this, you know? But like, nah, that's actually kind of wild.
Like, bro, a lot of the things that you stopped wearing is because they don't fit anymore, not because you don't want to wear them.
Like, man, I was literally saying to Nicolette last day that I was like, man, I actually have to get rid of some of these. I have some clothes. Everyone's going to think this is wild. I have some clothes in there that are probably 10 years old. I'm not even lying to you. No, that I still wear. Literally, you know, like some things in there that are like probably nearly 10 years old that I still wear. Yeah. And it's like, it goes from me wearing it outside a lot to me not wearing it outside as much, and then me wearing it all the time inside the house.
It's like this is a home clothes.
It downgrades. It downgrades to home clothes, and then I rinse it, and I was like, man, some of these clothes are old as hell. I should probably get rid of it. I have a top in there. I have a hoodie in there that I've had since I started college, and that was 8 years ago.
Got diggity down. And I can confirm. I feel like you have so many of the same clothes.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like, I hear some people say, oh, like, I'll just buy and, you know, donate it. Someone else will use it, you know, just to feel better about themselves. But realistically, that's not happening, because I was reading somewhere that only 20% of the stuff in thrift stores sell. Oh. So you have 80% of dead clothes, like dead merch. Dead stock. Dead stock. They're just sitting there for God knows how long, until they have to go to like a landfill or something, right? Because
I know.
At one stage you're going
once again, that's where I also blame all those what's it called?
Influencers.
Not influencers. The companies, because like, let's be honest, bro. Like, if you try to make yourself more renewable, there would be other ways to like get rid of that. Maybe something that degrades, whatever, recyclable material. Like, we're getting better. Like, you know, like all those things exist. Like, they're clothes.
But people don't want to buy them because they're not cool, they're not trendy, they're not fashionable.
Well, make them trendy, people. Like, make them cool. Like, make cool clothes. Make cool clothes that are made from 100% recyclable material.
No, because there are, right? There's Wear Tala, which is by Grace Beverly, right? And they are fully recyclable. She pays her workers like really, really well, whatever. And it's kind of like sports gear, right? But it's not like, oh, here, new line. You know, you have like the staples, and then she does release like new stuff, whatever. But it's like, why isn't that getting more traction than like Gymshark? Well, because it's a bit of a higher cost.
It's Gymshark.
Yeah, and it's also a bit of a higher cost that you have to pay for.
Unless you want to sponsor us. And by as in like, no, this is the real thing. I do not wear branded clothing, like gym clothing. I do not like it. I don't know. Like, when I see someone wearing Gymshark, Alpha Lee, oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying these names. Too? You know, it's like Nicoletta has made her point as to why she wears Gymshark and so on and so forth.
Only
she's like,
leggings.
Like, their leggings stuff, quality, whatever. Me personally, and it's not even like, once again, I feel so much better than you or holier than thou or whatever. I just, for me, it's just like, why? Well, it's not that deep. Like, I just wear sweatpants and top, t-shirt, or shorts and t-shirt into the gym.
But I think
sweat and get the fuck out. Like, why do I give a fuck about looking good in it?
I think it's like, we have discussed this before, right? I've tried a lot of different leggings. I was at a point where I was only buying my leggings from TK Maxx, and then I think I remember when I bought my first like 2 pairs of Gymshark, and I felt the quality a lot better. Like the leggings I'm wearing right now, I've worn for 5 years, right? And I was saying it to you earlier today, actually, that I bought some of their newer lines, and I think they're trying to make the seams a lot thicker so they last longer, but because of that, they're just fraying a lot faster. And these leggings that I'm wearing right now, the seams are perfect, right? So I'm finding that I'm getting a lot better quality, and like I'm using them so often that I'm like, I want to invest in something that I can just reduce, reuse, recycle constantly. And like, I haven't bought gym gear in so long because I have enough.
Exactly.
I have enough.
No, like, once again, you made, like, we talked this, and you made a point. Like, I guess from a girl perspective, it makes sense as to why you buy Gymshark for like quality leggings and guys. For dudes, I do not understand why you're buying Gymshark shorts. Let me just, like, you can buy normal same shorts in pennies for like €5. Once again, over €50. Once again, but then again, I just realized that this is kind of like hypocritical, because then it goes back to the whole fast fashion thing. It's the reason it's cheaper is because it's fast fashion, not renewable.
Well, no, because Gymshark isn't renewable.
Yeah, exactly. How
what are you talking about?
Anyway, so at the end of the day, you're better off just spending less money than spending more money. Like, my thing is just a money thing. I'm like, why am I spending so much money on fucking shorts when I can just wear any fucking shorts to the gym, you know? Like,
that's the thing, because you're not going to chuck it in the bin after 2 wears.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna wear it.
If there is a good brand of gym gear that is renewable, hit me and recyclable and so on, I will wear it, because then I can get my use out of it rather than wearing pennies or Gymshark. But Gymshark and Athlete, if you still do want to sponsor me, I will take the money.
I'm gonna use this as a clip.
I will take the money. I personally don't care. I will backtrack everything I said. Not backtrack it. Let me not lie. I'm never backtracking anything I say. I stand by everything I say. But I will take your money and just forget I said this. Yeah. I like money.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I don't. Funny enough, these are some like brands that I wrote down that I heavily dislike. And
oh god, they're never gonna sponsor us.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god,
I'm so sorry. There's only 4. I know there's a lot more that I have, but one of them was actually expensive gym wear, so like Lululemon, because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you spending?
Are they not good quality though?
I don't know, but it's €120 for a pair.
But if it's good quality, doesn't that mean it's like not fast fashion?
Do you know what? That's not how it works.
I don't know how this works, to be honest. I'm gonna show my ignorance here. I'm an ignorant motherfucker right now. I would assume if it's better quality, it would be a little bit less fast fashion. Like, don't get me wrong.
I get what you mean. Yeah. It's not fast fashion in terms of like, like rapid turn of things,
exactly.
But it doesn't mean it's sustainable.
Exactly.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah, it's not sustainable. Yeah, absolutely.
You would think that, you're paying more so you have it for longer. But like I said, you can buy Gymshark or something half the price and they're still going to last very long. Like, what are you doing with your leggings? Yeah. You know? So that was one of them. So like,
Lululemon is just a status symbol though.
It is. 100%, because I've never seen a pair of leggings look good on someone that's like Lululemon. They all just kind of look ill-fitting.
That's some serious shit out there. No, I'm not lying. Lululemon, if I were you, I would never work with those two either.
I know. I'm sorry, but I don't really care. The other thing that I have is Bloom supplements.
Bloom supplements.
Have you never heard of them?
Guys, I'm ignorant. I am learning so much today. I don't know what the hell Bloom supplements are.
Have you heard of like the Bloom greens? Like, take your greens.
Oh, I think I saw a TikTok with that green thing and they use shit. Yeah.
It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because, like, go eat some spinach, go eat some kale, eat your vegetables and fruit. Like,
but that's not fast or unsustainable?
Oh, no. These are just like brands that are so heavily pushed online that I'm trying to be like, let's calm down. Let's put on the brake a little bit and relax.
Stop shoving the marketing ads in my face.
But you know what? Bloom Subs has sponsored a lot of big influencers. And like, I have a lot of friends who use Bloom Subs.
I don't use supplements, so.
Yeah, no, like, I just don't get it, because a lot of the things that they seem to sell are like vitamins I don't get that. Like, you might not even be deficient in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah,
But
vitamins are good.
for you.
No, I know, but like, eat a mandarin. I eat like an orange every single day. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's more an argument against supplements than it is for Bloom supplements, though.
No, because this is a brand that I'm. It just gives me the ick every time I see it. I'm like, stop. And then you see every single.
But you buy from My Protein.
Yeah, but that's protein powder.
Shoved in your face all the time.
No, it's not.
I see My Protein everywhere.
I don't see it. I see Bloom subs.
My Protein is trying to shove it down my throat anyway.
Is it males that you see?
I see all the supplements.
Do you see males?
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
Okay, I see females.
Yeah, but like it knows I'm a dude.
But they're showing Bloom.
And it's showing me dudes that are like huge.
But you know, I think a lot more guys buy from My Protein than women.
I'd say so because like I'd say there are more guys that like take the whole supplement thing a lot more serious because they're trying to get like as fucking huge as possible. But
see, the blooms, I don't even know what the company's actually called, but the greens, it's a lot more like feminine. Even their packaging and the people that they choose to represent them and stuff like that, it's a lot more like feminine. And every single get ready with me, like go through my morning is, but first, Bloom greens. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
All right.
Anyways,
Bloom. What's the next one?
Next, what I have here is something that I actually wanted, and I was de-influenced.
Oh, you're a stupid fucking Arab, stupid. Anyone listen to me right now. If you have an Arab bottle or you are even considering getting Arab, you are literally the lowest common denominator right now. Like, what is wrong with you? It's just flavored water. And you're so like I was saying this to Nicola. Oh my god, I need to actually sit up for this because it actually vexes me. Europe is the most stupid shit ever, and if you fall for that thing, you're a sheep. Like, you know, people go like, oh my god, you have this sheep. No, you're a literal sheep. Imagine turning water, which in most places is either free or you pay like your water bill for whatever for water, into subscription-based service. Imagine having a water bottle that you fill up with water and then you use a thing to fill up with flavor, and then you subscribe to having to consistently pay for those flavorings. You are turning water, which is a natural human need and resource, into a subscription-based service. You're a sheep. You are literally a sheep. If you want that thing or have that thing, you're a sheep.
Okay, but I wanted it so bad.
So dumb.
I wanted it so bad that even you considered buying it for me, because I was like,
no, I never considered it.
Listen. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. You have the flavor and you can change the flavor. And then I read a review and someone said that it's basically like drinking like flavored air, because the flavor isn't in the water. You're just like stuck in on the like, you know, little thing. So it's not like the flavor is like going into the water.
So it's a shittier my body.
Yeah. Because my body's so much better, to be honest. Like, at least it's transforming your whole drink if that's what you really want. And it's like a few drops. And it's quite expensive too, to replace the little knob head. And what else was there? Yeah, they were just kind of crappy overall, and it wasn't worth it.
Oh, pretty stupid.
I know.
Sheep. Actual sheeple.
I know, but I really wanted it. And now I don't, so you shouldn't either. I have a question for you. And this is, I guess, more regarding fashion, like clothes. Do you think that following trends improves someone's style?
No.
Okay.
I don't think following trends. I think you should have your own style. Mm-hmm. I think you should be inspired by trends and what people are doing out there to come up with what you personally like. If it is something that someone else is doing, feel free to copy, follow, whatever. But I feel like you owe it to yourself to at least figure out what you like, what your taste. Don't just follow trends. Do what you enjoy. Like, don't be just being like subscribing to a specific trend and just following it and just buying whatever is the hot new thing. Look at what you like and dress the way you like, and you literally will look better. Yeah. In my opinion, you look better because people can see that, oh, I can see inspiration from here. This person put it together well. They have a good sense of fashion. Like, I if I see someone wearing same shit that everyone else is wearing, I don't give a fuck. NPC, just move past my eyes. But if you are wearing something that you like yourself and you walk with confidence because you like it, you stand out.
What's your staple? What would be like a staple outfit for you?
I don't have staple outfits. I have lots of different fits.
Okay, but what's a staple?
I rotate from like streetwear, smart casual, business casual, chill, athleisure. I wear it all, man. Like don't get this podcast twisted. I chill out in this podcast. If I really want to go hard,
you're preppy last week.
Yeah. If I want to go hard, I can go hard. Like and if I want to go chill, I can go chill. Like it all. Like once again, like that's why I said I don't really have one. I just wear what I want, and I dress to make myself feel nice. I'm like, yo, I like this, you know. Like and like you get to a stage where like you don't even try, and you can still wear nice fits just because like you've gone to a point where you know yourself.
You don't even try and look good. You're just flexing yourself there.
And then there are times that obviously you think about what you want to do, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna bang, you know. It's one of them things, like for real. Like I think honestly, do what makes you happy. Like wear what makes you happy. Don't follow trends. I'm a very big advocate. I hate trends. I don't like following trends. I think you should.
I think some trends are good to take inspiration from.
Yeah, no, I said everything is good to take inspiration. Like get inspo from everywhere.
Yeah.
But don't just follow something just to follow it.
Like, let me tell you something. When I was little, I don't know what my personal vendetta was against flared pants. I thought they were so disgusting, and I would never wear them as a grown up. I think my mom had them for work, right? And I was like, they're so gross. I don't want to wear that when I grow up. They're so ugly, blah, blah, blah. Well, now I love flared pants, right? And I kind of needed that like trend to come in with cute patterns, like a little bit more like hugging around the areas, you know, like kind of look a little bit better. And I was like, oh, actually they're pretty nice. They would suit me and my figure, right? So I guess like trends are
that's why I said inspiration from anywhere and everywhere. Like one thing, like Japanese streetwear is very pretty cool because like they're very into that, take inspiration from everywhere and just mix and match. Like you see some crazy fits, like I mean crazy, like what the fuck, like some guys wearing like a skirt and a fucking thing and like whatever, like you know, with like this different matches of colors, but it oozes personality. Like you have to remember, even some of the stupidest, craziest fits you see, yes, they might not bang to you, but they stick in your head. Whether you're like, oh my God, that's so stupid, it sticks in your head. Why? Because it oozes their personality and it shows that person. So like, yeah, it's wild, but like, did you remember them? Yeah, you did, but you didn't remember the NPC that was wearing the same fucking graphic tee, fucking cargo pants and Air Force Ones or Panda Dunks, you know? So you don't remember them.
No, it's true. Because the first person that popped into my head was, you know, Alea Core on TikTok, and she has like all these funky fits. And then people were mocking her off at the start, but now they all want to be like her.
Yeah, like, you know.
It's always like that. It's always like that.
Be bold.
Yeah, be you. I have one final question. What is your take on different, like, styles and furniture? You know, things going out of style.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, do whatever the fuck you want. It's your house. Fuck.
Yeah, because it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, so my couch is now not trendy enough. What am I to do now?
Couches are too expensive for me to be changing couches just because it's not trendy. Fuck you.
And you've heard it here, kids. I hope you guys enjoyed this topic of, you know, a world of excess. I know maybe it wasn't as entertaining as our usual episodes, but you know what is important to talk about? I feel like it's a good topic. De-influencing is a current topic, and it's good to highlight that you just you don't need all this stuff. You really don't.
I'm wearing a t-shirt that Nicoletta bought in Universal Studios for me, but then she stole it for herself.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Just gotta chill.
Just be yourself, and you know, what you wear doesn't define you.
Absolutely. Keep that message to your ears.
Like, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Till next time.
Bye.